welcome to the podcast of Bold Ladies Coffee Connection.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me on.
I'm so excited. So I am just going to give a welcome to Danielle. She is Danielle Anderson. She is the proud owner, publisher, editor of Flagler News Weekly. Unbelievable. And she is also the owner of Top Shelf Quarterly Magazine. She's going to talk a little bit about that, but she is also a diamond sponsor and a huge advocate for the Bold Ladies. We love you so much.
Oh,
And we're
it's
so excited to have you here.
it's such a great group of women. I'm so proud. Even if I can't always be there, like you guys are my number one like ladies group to hang out with.
No, I love it. But as always, I have to start with my coffee, even though I'm not drinking coffee, I'm drinking coconut water. So
Are
let's
you?
have a drink to our coffee connection. And let's dive right in. I'm excited.
Do you know you're my very first coffee connection?
Yay! I love it. So
Yay!
exciting. So, number one question, always my favorite. Tell me about your business and why you're so passionate about it.
Oh, well, I mean, who doesn't like to talk about good news, right?
Yay!
And that's what Flagler News Weekly really is all about. It's telling the good news stories of our community. I was fortunate enough to work for the News Journal's News Tribune for about 8 years,
Wow.
and I covered a lot of community events, and I realized how impactful and how special those stories really are. And so when I opened my own newspaper, I wanted to continue covering those kinds of stories because I just they're so valuable. People love we're all drawn to like the what happened, but
Yeah.
you get to read a good story, you just feel good after you read it.
I love that. You're right. We're connected to the community, and when it's good news, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
When did you know that you had, obviously, you're extremely talented when it comes to writing. When did you know that this was going to be your path? When did that happen?
Well, it actually started probably 2010 is when I got into the news business.
Wow.
I started covering different stories here for the radio station, and it transitioned into other things. But I've always had a heart for hospitality.
Oh,
I love being part of that thing, and then maybe it's the instant gratification where you get to see someone happy like immediately, and it makes
yeah.
you feel good. So it's that sort of thing. It's just I've always loved seeing people happy and making people happy.
I do. And if you don't know Danny, Danny knows everybody. Like, if I need to know anything, I just need to talk to you. That's it. You are the immediate news.
I try to be, and I try to make sure that like everything that's happening that people need to know, it gets out there like really quickly
Yeah,
but it's always got to be accurate. That's the most important thing is because you need to be trusted in the community,
yeah.
and people know if they're looking at and they're reading on Flagler News Weekly that it's a fact.
That's really important. And I appreciate that integrity that you have and you bring it with so much heart and it really shows in your writing. She's a content coordinator for two magazines that I'm involved in. She's also part of Coastal Neighbors, yay, and Ormond Beach Living. And your stories just capture so much of the essence of these families and the community. And I love that about you.
I feel like we're just so lucky, because people I think about folks who wake up day in and day out and they go to do a job that they don't like.
Ah,
And I think how lucky that we are that we get to do something we really love.
That's, you just nailed it. I just went live and I said, if you're not happy where you're at, then change your circumstances because it's so hard to be in a place where you're not happy.
It's awful, and it's so easy to find and do something that you love
I
if you're
know.
just willing to take that leap.
I love it. I love it. So let's dive into that next question. Share with us how Bold Ladies has impacted your business and what kind of connections have you made here?
So Bold Ladies actually has brought me out of my shell. I used super extroverted, and then some circumstances happened in my life, and I kind of withdrew a lot from socializing, not work, but socializing. And so I have to say, you and Alina have kind of forced me to come out and like be friends with people again and start to hang out and do stuff. So honestly, I guess it's just been like a reawakening and a reconnection with people.
I
That's how
love
Bold
that.
Ladies has been for me.
It's so good. When we were hanging out the other day at the grand opening, that was like, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I just love seeing you, that element.
The thing I remember most is like the first time I came to a Bold Ladies meeting. I think it was covering the Whispering Meadows,
Wow.
and it was over Tortugas, and
Yes.
I was interviewing you, and you were like, "Well, Bold Ladies is not that kind of group. You're not just going to drop your business card and leave.
Yeah.
You actually have to get to know people." And I was like, so there's so many of us that it's so easy to get isolated in your own
Yeah.
bubble, in your own world, and Bold Ladies really makes you take a step back and say, "I'm going to take a step forward."
Yeah. It is. It is about making those connections. I don't even like bringing the business cards unless we essentially have to, but really let's get to know you and find out what you're made of, the essence of who you are.
Really, and you do such a good job because you make it really easy to be able to connect with people. You don't feel like forced or pressured.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if you want to get to know them, here's how you can do it. And with these coffee connections or the monthly events, and pretty soon you look forward to seeing those
Yeah,
people.
yeah, it really is a lot of fun. So I know that you have been in the business of hustling and being your own boss, and you do it so eloquently. And I know that it's not something that comes easy for a lot of people. And so I want you to share one tip or a couple of tips that that you can give us that has helped you soar in your business or made you a great entrepreneur.
Well, I think number one, being a Taurus, it solves everything.
Is that what it is? Oh gosh.
I mean, we are focused, we are hard-headed. Failure is not an option. I was talking to someone today about a project we're working on, and it's, for it, you just have to say if you really believe in it and you want to do it, there is no other option. You're just going to have to
Yeah.
make it. And I think that's the thing is if you've got like a backup, sometimes it's easy to say, "Oh, I can just give up on this. I can go back to that." And it's like if you really, really want it, you just have to do it. And
Yeah.
you got to believe you can do it.
Yeah. There's a lot of positive mindset on your end, and you have your daughters that count on you as well. So you have that when you wake up in the morning, you're like, I got to get this done. It's happening.
Well, I don't think about being a role model to my kids until, my daughter calls me and says, "Hey, mom, I was somewhere and I felt like we needed to put out some A1A maps." Or my other daughter is like, she's taking charge of her college broadcast media.
Wow,
And I see her doing these things, and I know that like she's been watching all these years, and I never really thought that.
they're
So
watching you.
it's pretty cool.
You're amazing. You're one of the, I don't want to say hardworking because you're so passionate about it. You just give so much of yourself and it shows in everything that you do. I
It
love that
never
about
feels
you.
like enough.
I
It you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. And some people don't understand you. Like they think, well, what is she doing? You just love giving back. You're so eloquent in it. And people don't realize they don't know you. And I know your heart. And I love that about you so much. And you're so special. I get emotional even just talking about you because you are that person. People really, really need to get to know you better. I know that you're busy, but get a cup of coffee with this lady. It's amazing what you'll get out of
I'm
it.
like, no, because when I look at it, I'm like, okay, if I go spend an hour talking about coffee, that's like 3 hours of a work day. You know
I
what I mean?
know,
So
I
it's like,
know, I know. So
but
funny.
if I could learn to do half the makeup, I so envy your like makeup tutorials. I watch them and I'm like, oh, if only I could figure that out, it would be
We're gonna spend some time together, you and me. I
amazing.
love that. So tell me, if because at the end, after we're done, they're not gonna people don't leave because we're gonna have a little information on the directory where they can find you, and then there's another little cute video that says, "Hey, if you haven't joined Bowl Ladies," but if they really just wanted to find you immediately, what's the best way for them to contact you?
So go to flaglernewsweekly.com. My contact is on there. My phone number is on there. I'm always open to tips, great stories. And sometimes people send me investigative stuff because they want me to look into
Yeah,
that too. But it's, you know, I'm easily accessible and go to Facebook. I mean, that's my scrapbook.
yeah.
It's set to total public. So if you ever need anything, you can contact me that way too.
That's awesome. Well, I am so excited that we finally got this on the books. I was like, I
Yay!
gotta rally you in here to get it.
I
We
know.
did it. We did
Sorry.
it. I'm so excited. We're gonna finish with our.
Hi, my name is Ana Reyes
Reyes-Ouzts, Executive Director, Bold Ladies in Business. If you're looking to network and make a difference in your community with like-minded women and make connections at a deeper level, guess what? You have come to the right place. Bold Ladies in Business has several chapters all over the state of Florida, and we would love to hear from you. Again, Bold Ladies in Business, nonprofit organization. Go big, go bold. Bye.